right now, with the injuries that the Warriors been dealing with, and Steph playing with a younger team right now, he's seeing that it's tough to get those quality looks right now. It's different than what it's looked like, over the last 4 or 5 years for him. You don't really have that luxury to just take one from that deep, just to be taking it.
You feel like 62 points saved your legacy, or do you have 60 more games, as Seth said on Twitter?
That was my favorite tweet I saw before. So for a guy like him, like I said, it always just brings the best out of you, and I love the competition. And that's kind of what it is.
Steph has literally no help. The heck he's supposed to do when no one else on this team can score more than 15 points? Go to the finals. So this is what we're resorting to now. Okay, so this whole part and most of the video was made before Curry dropped 62 on the Trailblazers and actually just led the Warriors to a win. But this only adds on to my point. Curry was getting his revenge on Dame, but you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just resume. Just take everything off context. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're not going to talk about how the Eastern Conference in 2007, the year that LeBron carried the Cavs to the finals, that year, there was a team that had a losing record that made the playoffs. Yes, in the East. Or the fact that there were legit only 2 50+ win teams in the East that year while the West had 5. Or the fact that it was a less offensive era and teams now are averaging 12 more points per game. Let's just forget about that. We're also going to ignore the fact that Kelly Oubre is off to the worst start in NBA history through 3 games. He has shot 0 of 17 from 3 and 0 of 31 on non-dunk attempts. Yeah.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood.
What LeBron did that year will never be forgotten because that 2017, that was just straight ass.
Nope.
And LeBron somehow got them to 50 wins in the NBA Finals. But is that what we're expecting of Curry in the West? That he drags this team to the finals? On top of that, we got Dame just adding on to the fire. Shoot, bro. The slander, y'all just might make Curry angry. What is up, dudes? So that's Ballers Players. It's your boy MJ. I don't know why so many people are trying to go at Curry's neck right now. The man has stayed on one team his whole career. He has been there when they were bad and terrible, and I mean terrible.
What the hell was that?
And he was the main reason why the Warriors team just worked. Like in 2014-15, when they had Klay and Draymond, Curry was the main focus, the main engine of the team. And it's the reason why the Warriors are the Warriors of today. Now Dame said that Curry's gonna get some different looks than he did 4 or 5 years ago, which is sort of true, but at the same time, he's acting as if Curry was never the focus of a defense. Like, we were forgetting 2019 Western Conference Finals when Curry was the main focus of your team, Dame, the Trailblazers, and Curry just scored constantly.
Back to Curry. Little fake to get rid of Lillard.
Now, Curry had 31 in both halves against the Trailblazers. Man was just straight dominating in the way Curry knows how to. He came out and scored 21 points in the first quarter, including this 3 right over Dame. And it was right after Dame made those comments. Y'all happy? I am, cause we gotta see this. So drop a like and subscribe if you're new. More than 70% of you are not subscribed. So let's just get that to Oubre's 3-point percentage. Okay, cool. For some reason, people want to compare Curry to other seasons of players carrying. Go back to that Cavs 2007 season and you'll see that a lot of the players actually returned from the last season. Larry Hughes was the huge addition, but the rest of the starters were the same. Not only is Curry coming back from injury, but he's also playing with 3 new starters and a bunch of new pieces. Russell Westbrook is also talked about a lot, so let's look at that. There's only been one season that Russ was the lone all-star on his team, and that was his MVP season when the Thunder finished 6th in the Western Conference, but almost won 50 games. Russ became the first person in NBA history since Oscar Robertson to average a triple-double. Yeah, he shot 43% from the field and averaged 5.4 turnovers per game. But you know what? It was historic. Oladipo would become an all-star next year, Sabonis 2 years later, but they weren't that caliber when playing with Russ, so yes, Russ dragged his team to the playoffs. Now, this isn't to minimize what LeBron or Russ did. It's meant to add context and understand how Curry's position is different. What Russ did is not what Curry has to do, and what LeBron did is not what Russ did. They're all unique situations. But you know what? Let's look through the Warriors' current roster. Just remember, it's early in the season. The Timberwolves were 4-1 in their first 5 games last season, and didn't make the playoffs. Draymond just came back. But okay, anyway, if we look at the roster, the Warriors do have another player averaging over 15 points per game, just as the tweet wanted. That's Andrew Wiggins, who's shooting 37.5% from the field. That's who qualifies for over 15? A guy that is just literally shooting less than 38%? There's also no one besides Curry averaging more than 3 assists per game. In an era where it's fast-paced and teams are scoring more points than ever, there's literally no one, not even the backup point guard, that is averaging more than 3 assists. Not only are the Warriors unable to shoot, they're legit unable to find Curry. Kelly Oubre is shooting 4% from 3. Again, what? These are the type of things in which it seems ridiculous to compare. But even then, I'd like to get one thing straight, which I feel like a lot of people are forgetting. A lot of players look a lot better next to Steph. Look at Klay. He shot 38.7% from 3 when Steph is off the floor versus 44.5% from 3 with Steph on. Or in the 2018-19 season, Klay is a plus 13.1 per 100 possessions with Steph on versus a minus 6.6 with Steph off. We can even look past the stats and see how so many people get open. Durant legit had open dunks in the NBA Finals while he was dribbling the ball because defenders chose to guard Steph, who didn't even have the ball. Steph's value isn't only just raw production, it's a combination of a lot, and if you were just looking for a guy doing it all, meaning scoring, rebounding, assisting, that's not Curry. He can score, he can run the offense and play make, but he makes those around him better simply by providing them more space to operate. And right now, those pieces are in some historic shooting slumps. When Wiggins started making buckets against the Pistons, look at how Curry's game opened up. This doesn't mean that Steph isn't capable of production, as we just saw against the Trailblazers. Dame made those comments, Curry responded. Simple as that. This brings me to maybe what irritates Curry the most, and that's the respect of his peers. It seems like players have forgotten what Curry did before Durant joined, and I guess that's sort of fair since it's been years and everyone wants to crush the Warriors with Curry and Draymond. They didn't get to do that last season. This is supposed to be their season, and so they might be trying to just roast them, but there haven't really been players that have outwardly doubted Curry's abilities. Dame was the first, but he's probably not the only one that thinks that behind closed doors. And since apparently Dame is better than Curry, dang it, Max Kellerman, I'm not even gonna... Why?
You're stupid.
And Dame making those statements, Curry was in full chuck it mode. Like, geez, man. Dame made the statement that you can't dish it out and not be able to take it. And that's fair play. Curry whooped his ass.
Steph, he reloaded, went around McCollum and...
Yeah. But Dame has also gotten him a couple of times in regular season games. It's just the way players do it. They're great players at the end of the day. We need to get into that. The Warriors can come into their own. Steph has something to prove. We don't need to discuss legacies after 1 or 2 bad games. Like, shit, bro. Just enjoy the game. Enjoy the game and let greatness happen, because it will. Curry has been great for years, and we're gonna see more of that. But what do you think? Will the Warriors make the playoffs? Shout out to YOLO Snitch for being first. What an interesting name. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch tonight, playing 2K. One Hot Take Go coming back. That was actually a lot of fun. We got into some pretty intense debates, so come through. Off the dome thoughts. Y'all really like these, so I'm gonna keep going. The Wizards beat the Nets. Yes, and guess what? Russ didn't have a triple-double. It's kind of funny because the Wizards won their first game of the season without Russ. And then as soon as he doesn't have a triple-double, they win the first game of the season with Russ. Like, just imagine that. Just, you don't need a triple-double, Russ. Just win the game, bro. I don't know what 3 you were taking at the end of the shot clock. What were you doing in the fourth? I don't know, bro. You got the dub. Good for you. And the Rockets, y'all know you stole Christian Wood. You know you did. I just don't get why no one offered them a really big contract besides the Rockets, because Christian Wood was legit averaging 20 points per game on the Pistons. He's a power forward that's big enough to play center. He can hit threes. He's hitting sidestep middies. And just bullying people. Come on. Why did no one... Why? And Paul George is playing like an MVP again.
See George and Cameron Payne having some words, and now Booker getting involved.
Paul George... Alright, I don't know what to say. Paul George, bro, just keep doing this. Just keep doing it, man. It's fun to see. It's honestly, I like seeing Paul George's game. And when he's on, bro, he's on. So, Paul George, good stuff, man. It's not a bad shot. Those are just tough shots.
It's a bad shot.
If you like the vid, hit the like button. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new or you've been watching for a minute. It's your boy MJ. We out and we vibe.
She don't wanna stay, baby, won't you slow down? It'll be okay. I don't wanna leave. She don't wanna stay. Hurry up and roll. It'll be okay. I don't wanna leave. She don't wanna stay, baby, won't you slow down? It'll be okay. I don't